candle that his wife gonna light that candle, or to buy wine for the kiddush of Shabbat morning. So Ner Shabbat is more important. To buy the candle to your wife, it's more important than to have wine for the kiddush of tomorrow morning, of Shabbat in the morning. Why? Ki Shalom Bayit kodem, because the candles, when your wife gonna light them, it's gonna help more to your Shalom Bayit. So you see that Shalom Bayit is more important to HaKadosh Baruch Hu than everything else. Chagenu, leyom chagenu, our holiday. זה בחינת תפילה. It's an aspect of prayers. עבודה, כמו שאמרו חכמינו, תפילה, it's עבודה. And עבודה, like Rabbeinu is saying, like we know that אין עבודה, איזו עבודה היא בלב, which is the work that we need to serve Hashem Yitbarach, that it's in our hearts. It's תפילה, it's to pray to HaKadosh Baruch Hu. So, כמו שאמרו חכמינו, זיכרונם לברכה, like that they said in the Gemara מסכת פסחים, למה נסמכה פרשת עקום למועדים? Why did HaKadosh Baruch Hu gave us parashat Akum to the parasha that is talking about the holidays? לומר, to tell us, כל המבזה את המועדות, everyone that is not making the holidays right, he's not giving enough honor to the holidays, means that he's breaking those holidays, or that he's not celebrating or things like that. כאילו עובד עבודת אלילים. It's like that he is bowing and worshipping idols. נמצא, we can understand from that, שמירת המועד, that to keep those holidays, זה בחינת עבודת עמה. It's like to serve Hashem Yitbarach in 100% like L'Shem Shamayim, Avodat Ama. If you are making the holidays, if we saw that by that you're not making the holidays right, so it's like that you believe in those idols. So if you're going to make those holidays right, so it means that you believe in Hashem Yitbarach. So it looks like it's 100% to serve Hashem Yitbarach means to keep those holidays. Ve'en avodah Ela tefillah, and we learned that there is no other, when it's written the word work, avodah, it means tefillah. Validate tefillah, and by davening, by praying, yavo l'shalom ha'klali. You're going to have the general peace like we learned in the Torah canal. Nimtza, we can understand. מי שרוצה להמשיך שלום הכללי, if a person wants to pull the general peace, means to love everyone, to honor everyone, to have a place inside of his heart for everyone, צריך להעלות הכבוד לשורשו, היינו ליראה. You have to pull the honor to his source. It means to be afraid of Hashem Yitbarach. Like we said, that if a person is praising you, he's saying to you thank you or something like that, you're not allowed to take the honor to yourself. You have to take that honor and to bring it back to his source, to HaKadosh Baruch Hu. And not only with your heart, not only with your mouth, just also with your heart. You have to tell him, Chasdei Hashem, Baruch Hashem. If he's saying thank you, you're telling him, Chasdei Hashem, it's the grace of Hashem Yitbarach that I'm capable to doing those mitzvot. But also, you have to do it in your heart, not only with your mouth. You also have to understand and to believe that you're not capable of doing any of the mitzvot. Nothing. We don't have no powers of our own. We're not capable of doing nothing, not to decide nothing, not to control nothing. Everything is in the hand of HaKadosh Baruch Hu. This is what it means, Haynu le'irha, that when we are afraid from Hashem Yitbarach, it means fear from Hashem Yitbarach means that we know that He's going to judge us on every machshava, dibur, u'maaseh. He's going to judge us on everything that we're saying, every speech that we're giving, every thought that we have in our mind, and every action that we're doing. He's going to judge us for everything. This is why we understand that we need to serve Him by everything, by all of our thoughts, all of our actions, all of our words that we're talking. So, when a person is saying to you something, you need to be afraid of Hashem Yitbarach and to bring the honor back to HaKadosh Baruch Hu, to honor Hashem Yitbarach. ועל ידי היראה, and by that fear from Hashem, הוא זוכה לשלום בית. He is having a Shalom Bayit. So if, Chas v'Shalom, you're finding yourself that you don't have Shalom Bayit, it means that you don't have Yirah from HaKadosh Baruch Hu. It means that you're running after the honor. Rav Shalom once said, the male they have Yetzer Hara, and the female they have Yetzer Hara. The male, the Yetzer Hara is in their eyes. They're looking at filthy things. This is their Yetzer Hara. But the women, they have a different Yetzer Hara. Their Yetzer Hara is the honor. Like that it's written, Kol Kvuda Bat Melech Pnima. The Pnimiyut of the woman, it's her honor. It's Kvuda, it's her honor. So this is the only thing that she needs. This is why the husband in the wedding, he's promising, he's swearing that he's going to honor her. Mitzuvah al zeh. He have that mitzvah to honor his wife. Why? Because she needs it. This is why you have that mitzvah. Not because it's right, not because it's polite. No, because she needs it. It's a must for her. It's something that she needs. If you're taking the honor from her, so you took her life from her. This is why when a husband is running after the honor, so she feels that he's stealing from her. She feels that he's taking things that he's not supposed to take. He's living on her account. If he is running after the honor, if he wants her to honor him, even that it's written in the Rambam that the woman's supposed to honor her husband, it's a big question. It's not a mitzvah, but the Rambam is writing it as a mitzvah. So Rav Shalom once said, this is how I heard it, that it's a recommendation, right? Hamlatza. It's a recommendation of Rambam for good life of Shalom Bayit, that the wife also going to honor her husband. It's a way to live. It's a good way to live, but it's not a mitzvah. She is not obligated to that mitzvah to honor her husband. Just it's advice for Shalom Bayit that the wife also going to have that, but the husband is obligated to that mitzvah, that he have to give honor to his wife, and if he is not giving honor, if he is not a male that is affecting, that is giving, that is supporting, and he's just like a female that is running after the honor, that is trying to achieve honor for himself, that is trying to people to respect him, to listen to him, to give him honor, to do what he's telling them. So the wife feels that someone is taking her kingdom, her crown, things that she needs them. And if he's taking them, there's no way that they're going to have a Shalom Bayit.
One second. You said that for us, if we take the covenant, we're taking it away from Hashem, because the covenant is only Hashem. So how can she believe that the covenant is her if it's all Hashem?
Because this is how Hashem wants it to be. You don't need to. Our job is not to take care of the tikkun of our wives.
I'm not tikkuning anything.
No
one
one
said that the covenant is only Hashem.
So she can't understand it for now. It's not your problem. If she wants to take the honor for herself now, so what? So you're honoring her, not because you're honoring her because it's a mitzvah. This is why we're doing Shalom Bayit, because it's a mitzvah. Not it's because it's our pleasure to have Shalom Bayit, to live a happy life with our wives. If HaKadosh Baruch Hu would say to close the store and to run away from the house, we would do it also. It's a mitzvah to have Shalom Bayit, so you're making mitzvah. Even though that for sure, every one of us feel that he is feeling comfortable when he has Shalom Bayit. He loves his wife, he loves Shalom Bayit. But it doesn't mean that this is the reason why we're doing it. If now your wife is going to tell you, we're going to have Shalom Bayit only if you're going to break Shabbos. You're not allowed to break Shabbos for her. You're not allowed. Even though that she's going to ruin your Shalom Bayit now, if you're not going to take her to New York for 2 years to live there with her parents.
Or Tel Aviv.
She can say that, but you're not doing it. Unless your Rav is saying to you that this is God's will. So alright, I understand. But first of all, we are honoring our wives because it's a mitzvah. Hashem is beyond everything. Hashem is above everything. So alright, now your wife a certain wife, she can't understand that the honor belongs to HaShem Yitbarach. She feels that the honor is supposed to get to her. What do you care about that? Give her what she needs to have and go serve HaShem Yitbarach. If you're going to fight with her and try to wake her up and to explain to her, you're going to waste so much time that you're not going to have the ability to serve HaShem Yitbarach at all.
If somebody's properly, like, has Shalom Bayis, he's honoring his wife, is it within a woman's nature to say, okay, so she falls in line with what he's doing religiously, meaning, okay,
you're
so
asking if she's going to come to his level at
not
last?
necessarily his level, but is she going to enable him to do?
Yes, it's written, זכה נעשית לו עזר, לא זכה כנגדו. It's written, נעשה לו עזר כנגדו. הקדוש ברוך הוא is saying, נעשה לו עזר כנגדו. So what it means, עזר כנגדו? עזר, it's help, or כנגדו, against him. If you have the privilege, if he's in the level of זכה, so his wife is going to help him to serve HaShem Yitbarach. But if not, she's going to stand against him and going to stop him from doing all of his nonsense. Not from serving HaShem Yitbarach. From his nonsense. He thinks that this is how he's supposed to serve HaShem Yitbarach, but Hashem thinks differently. This is a person who wants to go to a wedding, and his wife is telling him, you're not going, I don't care about nothing, you're not going out from this house. If you're going from this house, you don't come in back. She's locking the door. So, you think that it's a mitzvah now to go to satisfy the chatan v'kala. Wonderful. But HaKadosh Baruch Hu thinks differently. HaKadosh Baruch Hu thinks that it's a bigger mitzvah to satisfy your wife. Right, you don't like that mitzvah. It's hard mitzvah for you now. Everyone is dancing, drinking, eating, happy, and you don't have the privilege to do that. So it's hard for you. Why? Because you're arrogant. Because it's hard for you to understand that you don't have the privilege to be with them, but you have a different privilege. You have to solve things before. You have things you need to fix before you can celebrate and dance. Because when you're going to dance there, you're not going to dance for HaShem Yitbarach. You're going to dance for Avodah Zarah. You're going to dance for your pleasures. You're not going to eat because of mitzvah, it's a seudat mitzvah. You're going to eat because you have desires for food. You're not going to come to satisfy the chatan v'kala, to make them happy. You're coming because you want to run away from your obligations to your house. That you don't want to deal with your mirror that HaKadosh Baruch Hu is putting to you in your house. That she's not satisfied, that she's not happy from Avodat Hashem, that she's not willing to serve Hashem at all, that she wants to go with you to the mall, to the canyon, to buy things for herself. What are you going to do now? Your wife, she's got desires, means that you need to work on your desires. Your wife is looking at stores and on things, it means that you're not watching your eyes enough. It's only HaKadosh Baruch Hu that He is rebuking you, and you should say thank you to Hashem Yitbarach that He is rebuking you at home, instead of rebuking you at that wedding. If He was rebuking you at that wedding with the Chatan v'Kala and all of your friends were rebuking you and showing you where you are, you would run from there very, very sad. But now He's rebuking you. It's a lot of mercy that He's rebuking you at your house, that your wife is saying to you that you are a rasha, that you're not sensitive, that you're cruel, that you're vicious, that you don't have time for your kids, that you don't care about no one, that you don't have a heart to love no one, that you think only about yourself. It's the truth. If you're willing to throw away your arrogance and to deal with the rebuke of HaKadosh Baruch Hu, you're going to get the privilege that HaKadosh Baruch Hu is giving to a person that is getting the bizyonot be'ava. Like Rabbeinu said, Ikar tshuva, the main thing of tshuva, is shishma bizyono, yidom, veishtok, gonna hear the rebuke, all of the insulting and all of the things that makes him feel horrible with himself. But if you are closing your mouth, and also inside your heart, you're accepting that as the will of HaKadosh Baruch Hu, and you try to hear the message, what can I do to fix myself? You're right, I'm not sensitive, I don't have a heart. I'm not thinking about them. I'm thinking about myself. If you are dealing with it, you're going to reach tshuva. You're going to be a Baal tshuva. Now you're going to know how to be close to Hashem Yitbarach. Because you see that your wife, why she becomes so angry. Rav Shalom once said that he heard it from Rav Berlan, that the wife, she's like a smoke detector of arrogance. If you have a little bit of arrogance, she start beeping. Beep, 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 beep. So you're getting. If it's a lot of smoke, she starts yelling. So
Fire.
she's happy. She's in her house. She's doing things. You're just coming home. You're satisfied. You bought new things, amazing things. You went to the mall. I don't know what you brought from the supermarket. You bought things home. And at the minute you got into your house, she become cranky and she's not happy anymore, and she's not satisfied anymore. So why is it all happening? Because you think that you brought something. You think that you brought something that it's important. So it means that you honor yourself. You're not honoring HaShem Yitbarach. I told that story. Baruch Hashem, I'm confessing by public, a huge public. It's good to do tshuva by public. One time, I went to bring my family's parnasa, and I thought that I need. In the beginning, the real beginning, I knew that I have everything. I knew that I don't need nothing. This was my situation. I knew that in the 15th of the month I need to pay some amount, and there was someone that had to pay me, and I was trusting that. And in the second day of the next month I need to pay Visa. I had time for that. I was relaxed. But my wife told me that she wants to pay a certain cheshbon, bill, and I said, all right, I'm gonna go and bring the money. Bezrat Hashem. And I was davening, and I went, and I thought that I supposed to bring 1,000 shekel. I'm not gonna tell you how and when and what, but in the end, I came back to our house at night, at 11:30 more or less at night, with 10,000 shekels. Miracle, right? Miracle. Wonderful. Nes min hashamayim. Look, listen to that miracle until the end. You're going to see what was the real miracle. I came home with 10,000 shekels that they were mine. Everything was wonderful. My wife became so angry. I can never tell you how. I don't know to tell you why until I heard from Arav. She was so angry. And it wasn't enough. Suddenly, we didn't need it from the beginning. But after I brought it, she said, it's not enough. What we gonna do? We need to pay for the mortgage, and we have needs, and masrot, it's 1,000 shekels. And in the end, it was a horrible dark picture that you don't have money, and what I'm gonna do, and how I'm gonna deal with my life. All of my faith disappeared. And I didn't know what to do with myself. It was totally horrible. Wonderful. Day after it, tomorrow morning, for sure, daven shacharit, went to the mikveh, took the kids for the Talmud Torah, ran to the Rav's house. This is what I'm doing always. I don't have another choice. I have to heal myself somehow. I went to the Rav's house, and I told him that. I told him, Rav, how can it be? The person is bringing 10 instead of 1. And he's suffering so much. So he was laughing. And I was waiting to see what he's saying. And then he said, Baruch Hashem, he said, you done one big mistake. I told him what? He said, instead of bringing faith to your house, you brought money. You thought you're going to satisfy your wife with money. This was your mistake. But you need to satisfy her with the connection with HaShem Yitbarach, to bring the miracles to the house. Don't think that your wife is up to money, that she needs money. She doesn't want money. She also wants to be closer to HaShem Yitbarach. She can scream money, she can scream money, she can say everything. You don't understand her. We don't understand our wives. They're so sensitive, they're so pure. They're so close to HaShem Yitbarach that Rabbeinu HaKadosh said that we have to learn the faith from the women. Faith! Think that we're learning about them every day in the Beit HaMikdash.
You're screaming in the house about the money.
You don't understand their screams. You need someone to translate her conversations. You don't understand what she's screaming about.
You need Uncle.
She needs honor. She needs you to honor her. She needs you to understand her needs. She needs you to understand that she's a human being, that she also have will. When you have will, you're taking care of that. You're doing the things that you need. But she is not capable of doing all of the things. And also she wants you to be her partner. You have a lot of things that you're taking care of yourself alone without her, and you're satisfied. But she is not like that. She wants you to be with her. She doesn't want to be happy without you. She wants all of her happiness to be with you. It's a very high level of faith, of truth, that the women, they have it inside of them as a natural thing. And we don't understand it. Why? Because we're arrogant. Because we don't want to waste our time on them. We don't want to hear them. We don't have time for them. But actually the truth is that you need to surrender. Surrender your Yetzer Hara that is telling you to run, to achieve, be a tzaddik, learn Torah, go do Hafatza, go daven 6 hours Hitbodedut, go to the field now, go do this, go do that. No, it's your Yetzer Hara. The real Yetzer Hatov, the goodwill of HaKadosh Baruch Hu, is that you're going to have faith, that you're going to surrender to HaShem Yitbarach. If HaKadosh Baruch Hu gave you a wife to sit with her in your house, you need to spend time with her. You need to sit with her, to listen to her, to laugh from her jokes. And if you don't understand her sense of humor, you need to look at yourself. Not to think that she doesn't have sense of humor. You need to see what's going on in your mind. Why you're not laughing? Look at the jokes that you are laughing from them. When you're laughing from nonsense, from rude things, from horrible things that you're laughing from. You need to work on your sense of humor. This is what we need to do. We need to work on our midot. If HaKadosh Baruch Hu rebukes you, you need to take care of your midot. You need to take responsibility. If HaKadosh Baruch Hu let you see that your wife, she's not satisfied, that your kids are not willing to learn Torah Kedosha, that your house is not capable of being a Hasidic house, so you need to take it seriously. What should I fix? So now you become a murderer to come and to scream about everyone. You become a police officer, a yasamnik, you're running with your weapon. I'm going to hit you, I'm going to smack you, I'm going to tell you, I'm going to scream at you, and to her you're answering all of the time. You also like this, you also like that. What happened to you? You're so far from tshuva. What it means to do tshuva? Tshuva, it's 2 words. Tashuv HaShem. That HaShem is coming back to Am Yisrael. We're waiting Hashem Yitbarach to come back to our houses. So how can you say that Hashem, that you're serving Hashem Yitbarach if you have your house and your kids in your house? You need to have only Hashem Yitbarach in your house. When she rebukes you, it's Hashem rebukes you. If your kids rebukes you, so it's your kids. Even if you don't feel comfortable with it, so what? It doesn't mean that you're allowed to change reality, that you're allowed to tear apart the Torah Kedosha because it's not comfortable to you. This is a person that is worshipping idols, Avodah Zarah, Haman HaRasha, that he's saying, Kol ze eino shoveh li, everything doesn't worth it. Everyone, all of the world was bowing to him. He had all of the money in the world. He was the ruler of the world. Achashverosh gave him the crown, gave him his seat, gave him everything. All of his stamp, his chotemet. He can decide everything. He can kill a nation with a decision, and everyone going to do his will, and it was his pleasure, it was his happiness, and he can do it. But there is only one person that is not bowing to him. He is willing to throw everything for that. So we need to be not like him. We need to stay far from that. So what if your wife doesn't listen to your voice? She's not listening to you. She doesn't care about what you're saying. She's not laughing from your stupid jokes. So your kids are not happy with learning the things that you want them to learn. So what? They don't want you to do things, certain things in your... So what? It's a reason not to serve Hashem Yitbarach anymore? This is a reason to stop all of our Avodat Hashem?
No.
It's not a good reason for that. It's a lie. It's arrogant. So, take certain time for praying for your house. Take certain time to daven on your wife, to daven on your kids, to take responsibility on your life, to do tshuva on the things that HaKadosh Baruch Hu is showing to you. And by that you're going to heal all of the situation. You're going to fix your house. Your wife is going to be a lot more happy. Your kids going to be a lot more happy. You're going to learn how to fix yourself to do tshuva. This is your responsibility. This is what we need to learn by that. This is the real Shalom Bayit. This is why Rav Shalom said that the person that have faith he can have Shalom Bayit even if he married to the devil, chas v'shalom. It's not a joke. And every one of us everyone that is married have a wonderful wife. A wonderful wife. A wonderful wife. Who are you? Who are you to have something better than what you have? You're crazy. You have something that you achieved. Do you have the privilege to have that wonderful wife? Did you bought that privilege somewhere? Are you become righteous now that you're going to have a woman that's going to tell you, all right, I'm keeping Shabbat with you, I'm going to the mikveh for our Shalom Bayit, I'm keeping Shabbat. Who are you to have all of those wonderful gifts? Who are you to have those things? Look at yourself. You have filthy clothes, you haven't started to do tshuva on your things, and you have such a wonderful presence from HaKadosh Baruch Hu, and now you're arrogant, you want to achieve more. It's a man rasha. It's simple as that. You're worshipping yourself. You think that all of that you have, it's not enough. I want also that. Why she is not listening to me? Why she is talking when I'm making the kiddush? Why isn't the kid standing when I'm coming to them? You're crazy. You're sick. You're a sheikh, you're a sheikh, you're Arabic, you're not normal, you're not Jewish. You have Yetzer Hara of the Goyim, it's not your Yetzer Hara, it's not us. So what? חס ושלום. דרך של הגברים היהודיים שמכבדים נשותיהם. When you're doing kiddush, you need to understand that if your wife is talking, if your kids are talking, when you're doing a kiddush, it means that HaKadosh Baruch Hu is saying to you, I don't care about your kiddush now.
Wow.
Wow.
I don't want to hear your kiddush.
What will be if your wife doesn't want to go to the mikveh?
You need to do tshuva. You need to do tshuva. That you're filthy. This is it.
Big problem.
Wonderful. It's people that they have this. Wonderful, of course. If they won't do tshuva, in the world to come, they're going to see newspaper. It's not the New York Times anymore over there. It's the World Times. It's the World's to Come Times. Everyone gonna know. Everyone. What you're gonna do if you're not gonna do tshuva in this world? You're gonna do tshuva in the world to come. You know how horrible it is to get the rebuke over them. We learned it today in the Gemara. What you gonna do if HaKadosh Baruch Hu gonna rebuke you?
But you're saying the best.
The reason that the wife.
Rabbi
side, listen. The woman and the male, they are one soul. This is marriage. This is wedding in Judaism. It means that her part of the soul with your part of the soul, or I should say it backward, your part of the soul and her part of the soul are bonding themselves and they become one. By the fact that you gave her the ring and you said Mekudeshet, 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 there was people that are testify, witnesses, this is it. You become one. Now, if there is one thing that he's got problems in one of his sides, it's the responsibility of both sides. It's also the responsibility of your side. If you see that your wife is breaking Shabbos, you need to understand that HaKadosh Baruch Hu is rebuking you, and I have a proof, Baruch HaShem, all from the Beit Midrash of Rav Shalom Arush, all coming from his words. Rav Shalom Arush said that when HaKadosh Baruch Hu rebuked Avraham Avinu, and he told him, Lama tzachaka Sarah? Why did your wife Sarah was laughing? So, the question is, why did HaKadosh Baruch Hu rebuke Avraham on that? We learned that Sarah Imenu, she was bigger than Avraham Avinu in prophecy. She was in a higher level than him in prophecy. HaKadosh Baruch Hu was talking to Sarah Imenu daily. Why he didn't rebuke her on that? And then Avraham Avinu went to rebuke her, and he told her that she left. So she told him that she didn't, and actually we know that she did. How can it be? Sarah Imenu, in such a high level, she's a Nevi'ah. Now she is saying that she didn't left. Sarah Imenu, she's a woman. She can't admit in front of her husband that she done something wrong. She can't. Why? Because her source of her soul is coming from honor. It doesn't mean that all of our wives can't admit. There is a lot of things that they can admit and we can't admit because we're a lot lower than them. But in the end, that HaKadosh Baruch Hu is telling that lesson to Avraham Avinu, and then Avraham Avinu is coming to Sarai Imenu. The thing is that Avraham Avinu caused Sarai Imenu to say that lie, Avraham Avinu, because he rebuked her. Actually, if he wouldn't say nothing, she wouldn't say nothing also. The mistake was of Avraham Avinu. Avraham Avinu didn't understood that HaKadosh Baruch Hu rebuked him by the fact that his wife is laughing, that she doesn't have 100% of faith. Like that it's written also about Yitzchak Avinu and Avraham Avinu, that HaKadosh Baruch Hu is telling to Avraham Avinu, Ata yadati ki yireh Elokim ata. Only after Akedat Yitzchak, HaKadosh Baruch Hu told Avraham Avinu, now I know that you have Yirat Shamayim. Only now. He went inside the fire and he didn't get burned. He came to Eretz Israel. He was poor. He was making 9 tests he passed with success. Only in the last one, HaKadosh Baruch Hu is telling him, he done a Brit Milah. All of those tests when he was very old. All of those tests HaKadosh Baruch Hu saw, and he doesn't say that he's got Yirat Shamayim, only after the last one. So Rav Shalom explained why he told him, Ata yadati, only now I knew, because he saw, HaKadosh Baruch Hu saw that the son of Avraham Avinu, that it's Yitzchak, he had also Yirat Shamayim. And when he saw that the son of Avraham Avinu have Yirat Shamayim, this is the time that I can tell for sure that you, Avraham Avinu, you also have Yirat Shamayim. Only by your sons I'm going to see if you have Yirat Shamayim or not. If your son going to go in your way, in a straight way, then it's a proof that you have Yirat Shamayim. But if your wife she's lying, if she's not making the mitzvot, if your sons are lying, it means that you're a liar. If they're lazy, it means that you're lazy. If they're sneaking and they're not learning Torah Kedosha and they're looking for ways to hide and I don't know what to do, it's you. Look at yourself. Take it as a rebuke from HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Take responsibility on your life. כל אדם צריך לומר, כל העולם כולו לא נברא אלא בשבילי. Every person should say that this world, HaKadosh Baruch Hu created it for him. That what? That you're going to be the ruler. That you're going to learn. Like Rabbi David HaMelech said, מבשרי יחזה אלוקה. From the body you should learn about HaShem. From the world you can learn about HaShem Yitbarach. One of the Tanaim in the Gemara Kedosha, he said that even without the Torah Kedosha, by looking at nature, you can understand that there is Borei Olam. By looking at the world, you can see Hashem Yitbarach. When a person learning faith, he can realize that it's all Hashem Yitbarach. Before, he is living in darkness. But actually, Hashem Yitbarach is there always. If you see it and if you're not seeing it. So if you're not seeing it, you should do tshuva on that. You should cry to HaKadosh Baruch Hu. How can it be that you're talking to me and you're talking and you're rebuking and you're telling me and I'm not listening? I'm angry and I'm frustrated and I'm sad and I don't have time for it right now. What's going on with me? So everyone that feels that he sees that he doesn't connect it to HaKadosh Baruch Hu in his life, he connected to his desires, to his fears, to his illusions, to his will. Alright, you need to do tshuva on that. Even if you have good will, even if a person wants to do mitzvah, but it's not only for Hashem Yitbarach, it's not a high level of mitzvah. You need to work on that also. It's not the same. Every one of us need to wake up to try to serve Hashem Yitbarach by God's will, not by our will. Aser etzoncha kirtzono. You need to change your will to be like His will. And His will is that you're going to stay this night at home and gonna get all of the bizyonot that you need to get, all of the... It's a shiur now. You have a shiur. HaKadosh Baruch Hu wants to give you a shiur. You don't want to hear that shiur now? Alright, if you don't want to hear that shiur, admit, I don't want to hear you, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. No, do something else. But if you want to hear HaKadosh Baruch Hu, put your ear. Listen. What is she saying to me? What is he saying to me? What are they saying to me? Why don't I have my parnasa? All of the bizyonot that a person had. Why I'm not waking up in the morning? Why I didn't get married yet? Why I don't have kids yet? Why I don't satisfy with my avodat Hashem even that I'm serving Hashem Yitbarach? I'm not happy. Why? Why Hashem is stopping me? By the fact that you're looking deep inside, you're going to get all of the answers. All of the answers. No way in the world that a person gonna stand in front of HaKadosh Baruch Hu and gonna ask about Yirat Shamayim, he's gonna ask about faith in Hashem Yitbarach, and that HaKadosh Baruch Hu won't answer him. No way in the world. No way in the world. If a person is asking HaKadosh Baruch Hu, really teach me, HaKadosh Baruch Hu gonna teach him. Like I said yesterday, the other perush for the verse, Akol bidei shamayim chutz mirat shamayim. Everything is in the hands of HaKadosh Baruch Hu except of Yirat Shamayim. So the first we learn the pshat that it means that everything is depend on Hashem Yitbarach except of your Yirat Shamayim. You need to take care of that. But Yirat Shamayim, fear from Hashem. But the other explanation that HaKadosh Baruch Hu, everything is in His free choice. If to give it to you or not. When you're praying for your parnasa, HaKadosh Baruch Hu gonna decide if He's gonna give you the parnasa or not, chas v'shalom. If you're praying on your Shalom Bayit, HaKadosh Baruch Hu gonna decide if to give it to you or not. How He gonna decide? If He gonna see that it's for your own good, that you're gonna have a Shalom Bayit now, He gonna give it to you. If He's gonna see that you have the parnasa, it's good for you, He's gonna give it to you. But if He sees that if you're gonna give you Shalom Bayit now, you're gonna be arrogant, you think that you're something special, He won't give it to you until you're going to get to the level that you're going to admit that you're going to start doing tshuva, that you're nothing, that you're not capable of managing, living in the same house with a different person. You're not capable of having a relationship with a person that is also good, that is also normal, that is also want to serve Hashem Yitbarach. And He done a lot more than you done in His life to serve Hashem Yitbarach than you did. So now you become the angel and he become chas v'shalom something else. You're crazy. You can't deal with it. So it's your problem. So HaKadosh Baruch Hu gonna choose if to give it to you or not. Except of one thing, Yirat Shamayim. That if you're gonna ask for Yirat Shamayim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu doesn't have a choice over there. He doesn't have a choice. He has to give you Yirat Shamayim. If a person is asking to be closer to HaKadosh Baruch Hu, HaKadosh Baruch Hu have to give it to him. Karov Hashem lechol korav. Hashem is close to everyone that is calling Him. Lechol asher yikreu be'emet. Only to the people that are calling Him with truth. If you're davening on your desires, it's a desire to have Shalom Bayit. It's a desire. It's a ta'ava. You want to have quiet. No one disturb you. Your wife is honoring you, pushing you, honoring you, pushing you to serve Hashem Yitbarach. Go with your friends in the yeshiva. Stand with your friends. Everyone gonna honor you in the yeshiva. You have only good friends. No one gonna rebuke you in the yeshiva. It's wonderful. You have all of your desires. Your wife, she's Baruch Hashem satisfied without money. She's everything. You can stay lazy. You don't need to take no responsibility. It's desires. It's the worst desires of them all. You want to be the king. You want to be Vitem Kelokim. You want to be like a Borah. You want to control.
You want to be chic.
Chas v'shalom. You want to be a chic. Exactly. It's a horrible thing. Instead of that, HaKadosh Baruch Hu is offering to you, this is what Rav Shalom said about the book, The Garden of Peace, Began HaShalom. It's not a book for Shalom Bayit. It's a book of how to serve Hashem Yitbarach. It's a sefer la'avodat Hashem. Because the mirror is in the house. HaKadosh Baruch Hu is checking you, and the result you're going to see it in the house. If HaKadosh Baruch Hu is satisfied with you, your house is going to be wonderful. And if He is not satisfied with you, so your house is going to burn until you're going to turn off all of those fires, and then HaKadosh Baruch Hu is going to be satisfied with you because you're going to take responsibility on your life. You're going to understand that you are arrogant. You're going to understand that you're lazy, that you have desires for food, desires for women, desire for honor, desire to sleep, for nonsense. You can find all of those things only in your house. And the only way to fix it is in your house. And if you're going to fix it in your house, you're going to fix it also in spirituality. In your inner side, you're going to be a tzaddik. You're going to be a real tzaddik that is always helping and taking care and running for other people. The test is at home. If you're running for other people, that they're going to honor you for that, it's not a test at all. Because you're running for honor. You're giving them money, you're helping them, you're giving them advice. They're honoring you, for sure, you're enjoying it. Try to honor, try to run for someone that is rebuking you. Try to run for someone that is shouting at you. Try that. You want to be a soldier, be a soldier. This is what HaKadosh Baruch Hu is sending you to do. He brought you under the chuppah, this is your wife. There's no questions after it. If you're asking questions, it's a kfirah. HaKadosh Baruch Hu put you under the chuppah, it's your wife. It's your wife, please her. Make her happy. Satisfy her. Help her. Be with her. And if you don't want to do it, admit. Alright, go, it's another mitzvah, Chas Shalom, divorce. But it's only because you're not capable of creating Shalom Bayit. Because you're not willing to throw away your stinky arrogance that you have. Your filthy desires that you have to have honor, that you're going to rule everything, that you're going to decide, that you're going to say the last word. If you like that, so alright. There is mitzvah also, a person like you. It's called gerushin, it's a mitzvah. We don't want that mitzvah. We don't want that. It's a mitzvah. It's a mitzvah. But it's a mitzvah for a person that is not capable to deal with his wife. And tzaddikim, that the wives were horrible wives. It's written in the Gemara that Rabbi Chia was going in the market and he was buying a hair cover for his wife, a mitpachat for his wife. And I don't remember the name of the Tana that was with him. And he asked him, why are you buying it to your wife? She always screams at you and cursing you. She was coming to the Bet HaMidrash and screaming at him inside the Bet HaMidrash. So he said, I'm satisfied with her. It's good enough for me that she's raising my kids, our kids, and watching me from the sin, from sinning. Chas v'shalom with other women. This is it. If she only gives you those two things, and you don't even need those two things. Only just think about the fact that HaKadosh Baruch Hu decided that you're going to live together. This is it. HaKadosh Baruch Hu showed His will already. This is it. Now, it's hard for you to make it? Work on that. Work on your happiness. How can I work on my happiness that she is so sad? Exactly. This is how much you need to work on your happiness. You need to work strong on your happiness, to satisfy her, to help her, to give her a hand, to honor her. You want your honor to yourself? Do tshuva on that you're running after the honor. Where are you going to see all of those things? Only in your house. Your house is the mirror for all of those things.
So God and Shalom, you said, I'm